You know that feeling when you're lying in bed at 2 a.m. thinking, I didn't even drink coffee today. Why am I wide awake? Here's what might blow your mind. Coffee isn't the only culprit. There are foods you're eating every day that are quietly destroying your sleep. Let me walk you through 3 foods, scientifically proven to mess with your rest. 3 foods that ruin your sleep. Food number 1, that evening chocolate fix. How many of you have chocolate after dinner? Dark chocolate because it's healthier? Chocolate ice cream while watching Netflix? That treat is likely keeping you up. Dark chocolate contains 12 to 38 milligrams of caffeine per 2 squares. A 2023 study found caffeine reduced total sleep time by 45 minutes and decreased sleep efficiency by 7%. Nearly an hour of sleep lost. But here's the kicker. Chocolate also contains theobromine, another stimulant in even higher concentrations than caffeine, making up 1 to 2.5% of chocolate's weight. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, this increases heart rate and causes sleeplessness, preventing your nervous system from relaxing. Milk chocolate has less caffeine but loads of sugar. High sugar before bed spikes blood sugar, leading to energy fluctuations that make stable sleep impossible. A 50-gram bar of 75% dark chocolate can contain up to 77 milligrams of caffeine, almost as much as coffee, and caffeine stays in your system for hours. That 7 p.m. dessert is still working at midnight. 3 foods that ruin your sleep. Food number 2, white bread, bagels, and high glycemic index foods. This catches people off guard. Carbs before bed should make you sleepy, right? Not the kind most people eat. A massive study from the Women's Health Initiative tracked over 77,000 women. Those eating high glycemic index diets had 11% higher insomnia risk. Over 3 years, those eating the most high glycemic foods had 16% higher risk of developing new insomnia. We're talking white bread, bagels, donuts, rice cakes, crackers, packaged cereals, baked potatoes, corn, refined carbs stripped of fiber. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed added sugars were particularly problematic. Here's what happens. High glycemic foods spike blood sugar rapidly. Your body responds with insulin, but often it crashes. That crash triggers stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, designed to wake you up. One study found participants consuming high glycemic diets had 2.7 times higher insomnia risk. That's a 172% increase just from carb type. Columbia researchers noted these refined carbs stimulate inflammation, and inflammation produces cytokines that inhibit sleep. High sugar consumption also causes intestinal dysbiosis, disrupting gut bacteria balance. Your gut microbiome profoundly affects sleep. Please hit that like button if you're learning something new here. 3 foods that ruin your sleep. Food number 3, spicy foods and high-fat foods. Johns Hopkins experts explain spicy foods cause heartburn and acid reflux, worsening when you lie down. Research shows red pepper increases core body temperature. That's problematic because your temperature needs to drop during sleep. When overheated, your body can't make this transition. Johns Hopkins recommends avoiding spicy foods, tomato sauce, and acidic foods within 3 hours of bedtime. High-fat foods like fried chicken, burgers, greasy pizza, ice cream, and cheese are equally problematic. Harvard researchers found unhealthy, high-fat diets decreased deep sleep quality, specifically slow-wave activity. Deep sleep is when your body releases growth hormones for repair and memory consolidation. Rats fed high-fat diets for 8 weeks had fragmented sleep at night and excessive daytime sleepiness. High-fat foods decrease sensitivity to orexin, a brain chemical critical for regulating sleep-wake cycles. High-protein, high-fat foods take very long to digest. Digestion slows 50% during sleep. Heavy meals before bed force serious digestive work when your body should rest, creating discomfort and heartburn. What actually works? If you're avoiding coffee but can't sleep, these 3 categories are likely culprits. First, have chocolate before 2 or 3 p.m. Same for foods with hidden caffeine. Second, swap high glycemic carbs for whole grains, legumes, fruits, and vegetables. A study in Sleep Journal found people following Mediterranean-style diets were less likely to experience insomnia. Columbia research showed legumes and whole grains are particularly protective. These foods have fiber that slows sugar absorption and prevents crashes. Third, time meals properly. Finish your last substantial meal 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Need an evening snack? Make it light nuts, banana, or yogurt. What you eat during the day. affects nighttime sleep, and sleep affects next day eating. Studies show sleeping 5.5 hours or less leads to overeating. Poor sleep alters brain response to food and messes with hunger hormones. The bottom line: nobody wants to give up nightly chocolate or favorite comfort foods. But if you consistently struggle with sleep, despite cutting coffee, examine these dietary factors. The National Sleep Foundation reports over half of American adults don't get enough sleep, and 82% wish they could sleep better. Sometimes the solution isn't adding something new. It's recognizing what's been sabotaging you. That innocent dark chocolate square, that late-night bagel, that spicy dinner. These add up. Once you know what's affecting you, make simple adjustments. Track eating and sleep for 2 weeks. Notice patterns. Everyone's body is different. But if you've been saying, "I didn't drink coffee, why can't I sleep?" You now have 3 scientifically backed answers. Try some changes and see what happens. Your sleep might improve more than expected. If this helped you understand what's keeping you awake, consider subscribing. We dig into research on nutrition, health, and wellness for information you can actually use. Thanks for watching, and here's to better sleep tonight.